Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Alright, let's get right into this video today, shall we? So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do another Trisha Paytas and Jason Nash video, and I'll explain to you why, alright? I have no problems talking about the two of them. And it was interesting because I read all of the comments on all of my videos on all 4 channels. Yes, I have 4 channels. I post on all 4 channels daily. I have this channel. I have a daily vlog channel, Peter Vlogs. I have a story time channel where I do like motivation and inspiration and just stories of my life, things I've learned. And then I have a booktube channel. So if you want to check them out, they're all listed below. But I wasn't sure that I wanted to do it right now, and let me explain why. I had received a couple comments on my videos, and people are really tired of the Jason Nash, Trisha Paytas story. Probably like me, they continue to watch because they think something new is gonna come out. But the last video that I made, it was like an overwhelming response in the comment section said, I'm so tired of the story, I'm so tired of the story, blah, 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 whatever. But then yesterday on my latest, I think it was my 4th or 5th TanaCon video, I got several comments in there and it made me start thinking a lot. And what they said in there was, a couple people in there said, you know, you will come for Tana, but you won't come for friends of yours. Or you'll say things about Tana, but you won't say things about Trisha and whatever. And what was interesting to me about that in there was that a lot of people were insinuating that I would say things about Shane Dawson, but I wouldn't say things about Trisha Paytas because we're friends. Now, I have talked to Trisha on the phone. I would not say that we are close friends by any, definition of the word. I believe that she would probably say the same thing. Although, in one of Jason Nash's latest videos, they did talk about me. But, we're not close friends. I don't talk to her. I don't call her up on the phone and give her advice. It's not like she's calling me and saying, what do you think I should do with this situation? I'm not that kind of friend to her, okay? I mean, we are truly acquaintances via YouTube. That's it. And if it were different, then the conversations might go a little bit differently. I also feel very similar to her as I do about Shane Dawson. I'm uber fans of both of them. So, things that I would say about Shane are similar to the same things that I would say to Trisha. I have no problem saying those things. And I think the other thing is that as you get older, you don't really, even with your closest friends, have a hard time saying things to them that need to be said. It's not like you have a hard time saying things compassionately because you really care about somebody. But what I had a problem with was the way that people were terming it. They were saying, you won't come for Trisha the way that you were coming for Tana. Well, I don't believe that I ever came for Tana, okay? I think I said things that people wouldn't say in videos, i.e. Shane Dawson, that needed to be said. That's how I felt about that whole situation. But since people have this issue and they think that I won't say things about Trisha Paytas, let's talk about it, okay? Because, if Trisha were one of my very close friends and I talk to her the way that I talk to like my best friend Tanya, I don't say things nasty. We don't come for each other, because we want the best for that person. So today I watched her newest video that she did with Jason Nash, which I think was like 2 or 3 days ago. And I'll be real honest with you guys, I as well am getting very bored of this whole thing. So, I watched the whole video and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and I had watched their first video, back after they're falling in love. I've watched all the videos, right? And one of the videos the other day that surprised me, and I'm just going to kind of talk about the videos for a second and then what I would say to Trisha if she were sitting here with me and there was no cameras on and I was like, hey girl, this is what I really think, right? So one of the things that I was surprised about the other day when I watch this video of Jason's where she's sitting in the background and then she comes forward is that she, right out of the gate, makes this huge presentation of her eating a lot of food, right? On the heels of, them saying that it's all about this comment that he made to her about supposedly being fat. That right into this video, she's talking about all this kind of stuff. And then yesterday posted a mukbang, right? So when they want to sit there on camera and say, this isn't trolling, this isn't, you know, like, we're not doing this for the views, which is very, very interesting to me that she knew the exact numbers that she got when she broke up with Sean Vanderwilt, but she said, I didn't know that we were going to get these kind of views. Well, Jason's a huge YouTuber. You're a huge YouTuber. Nobody knew who Sean Vanderwilt was other than through you. So it would only make sense that you would have gotten more views. So sitting back, I really struggle with believing that they did not know that they were going to get these kind of views off these videos. That being said, let's say that they didn't. Let's say they didn't know anything, that they were going to get any views, that they thought, oh, we'll maybe get 50,000 views off this. Okay, whatever. They have literally beat the dead horse at this point, okay, with this story. And, you know, it was interesting to me because then right out of the gate, and one of the comments that a lot of people said to me on my videos was, Trisha equally says cruel things to Jason. And I agree with that statement. I witnessed that a lot, that she says some kind of not so nice things, right? They actually, either one of them don't speak very nice to each other at times. It's either like very, very lovey-dovey, or like Jason will witness them kind of getting into an argument, and then all of a sudden he'll go, you look really pretty today, babe, like to take it out of that. There's really no real conversation about what's going on there, if that makes sense. But in that video of Jason's where they're sitting there, she makes, and this to me was kind of like a, ooh, I don't know about that comment. She made some kind of comment about his mental health and being crazy. She said something, I can't remember what she said, but to me, it was a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, you know, you want people to respect, I don't know really, honestly, what she wants. I don't know what she wants from all of this. It is apparent to me that they don't really care if people respect their relationship. So if you don't want people to respect your relationship, and it's not important for you to get the truth out there because they're saying that YouTube isn't real in their newest video together on Trisha's channel, then why are the videos being made? Like that, I don't understand. Like, what's the motive to the videos, if that makes sense? Like, we just don't have anything else to talk about, so let's sit down and do a Q&A. Well, I get that, right? But these are big YouTubers that plan videos out like, you know, weeks ahead and things like that. But that could be that they're on vacation. They're like, let's just, I mean, I've done that. Let's just sit down and film a video. I have nothing else to do, right? But, you know, it's interesting to me that it's just like Jason and Trisha, Jason and Trisha, Jason and Trisha. I mean, it's overkill at this point, right? And I am really, quite frankly, not that interested in it. Now, everybody wants me to hold her to the same standards I would hold to everybody else. So let's talk about her good friend, Gigi Gorgeous, okay? You know, a year ago, I talked about Gigi's relationship with Nash Getty. And one of the things that was interesting to me at that time was that Gigi was putting Nats in a lot of her videos. And I was like, Gigi, people are not coming to your channel for Nats. They are coming for you, right? And it was interesting because over time, not because she listened to me, but I do think that she realized it was affecting her channel. Over time, Nats was in her videos less and less and less. Today, Nats will be in a video of hers, but at that point, it was like literally every video. And I think people were getting real tired of it because they were like, this is not why we came to your channel. But over time, people have stopped doing that with Gigi, and they have started, you know, or she stopped doing that, and now like Nats was like in the engagement video, which was very cool to watch, right? Or she'll be in a video like, I do my girlfriend's makeup. It's something like that. But then there will be 2 or 3 Gigi Gorgeous videos in between that have absolutely nothing to do with Nats, and Nats isn't in them whatsoever. And I think Gigi realized, I'm Gigi Gorgeous, this is Nats Getty. We live 2 lives separately that kind of combine in the middle. That's a healthy relationship, okay? Where you have 2 independent people that meet in the middle, not people that are completely enmeshed in every aspect of their lives. And, you know, like just a week ago, when it's everything they agree on to make the relationship work, Trisha and Jason, they fall back on, you know? We're not going to talk about this on camera anymore. Now they're talking about it on camera. And then we're not going to be in each other's videos anymore. And then they're back in each other's videos again, right? And it's very confusing to the fan that is watching it. And right now, I think you're getting a lot of views and a lot of subscribers off of this. But YouTube is a changing place, okay? And this is one of the things I would say to Trisha. You say that you love YouTube and that it is everything that you have. Well, YouTube, when you talk about it in that context, is not really YouTube as a whole, okay? What you're really talking about is the channel Trisha Paytas, Blind Sundoll, 31 is what it is, I think. You're talking about, it's Blonde Sundoll. What is it? Blonde Sundoll? I don't even know. 69, 31, who knows? Who cares? I don't know. Anyway, but that's what you're talking about. You're not talking about YouTube as a corporation. You're talking about YouTube, your channel, and all of the fans that follow you and all of the comments you're getting. And really what you're talking about is the amount of views you get per video, how much money you're making off of YouTube, your passion and love for making videos, and the people that truly follow you, right? Well, what's going to happen over time is that people are going to get tired of this. We live in a world today on YouTube where people are wanting to see more real and relatable content videos, okay? I hate the word content. They're wanting to see more real content and more real views. And I think what happened for a while, because Trisha was, hanging out with Jason and David Dobrik and all this kind of stuff, I think that her videos kind of started going a little bit in that direction, but she's not David Dobrik and she knows that. And so she wants to get back to what she does. And a lot of what she does is put her life out there. So when you're talking about YouTube is all I have, you're talking about your fans that love you, okay? Well, your fans want to see you, Trisha. They don't want to see this relationship with Jason. And when one second you're talking about how the relationship isn't working, and the next second you're talking that it is, they get very confused. And one of the things you have to remember is, when you talked about your relationship with Sean Vanderwelt, he never came back in the picture. And in fact, when you did the video with Sean and Jason together, a lot of your true fans were not happy about that, okay? So Sean isn't somebody that you work things out. This is a completely different, scenario that you're painting here. So if you really want people to love Jason and you really want them to respect him as your partner in life, because your fan base has grown up too. They're no longer 18 years old or 20 years old. The majority of your fan base is probably in their mid to late 20s, early 30s at this point. They want to see somebody settling down. They want to see all of that. Now, if that is the direction that your channel is going to move on into, because as a super fan of Trisha Paytas, I will tell you that is what I would like to see. Some of my favorite videos of Trisha's are like her music videos, her favorites videos, all that kind of stuff. I personally, as a super fan, do not like the hyperbole and the high dramatics and the extreme emotions. That's not something as a fan that I love about Trisha, because I care enough about her that I don't want to see her going through that, real or fake. I just don't, okay? And I think for any of us that really care about somebody, we don't want to see them go through all that. Not time and time and time again. So when you're doing this to your real fans, what they're thinking is, well, is this real or is this fake? If it's real, I don't want to see you continue to go through this pain. And if it's fake, then why are you doing this to me? And I want to say this, okay? Because she did try to make this clear to me. I'm not questioning whether this is real or fake. I'm saying that you've got to start figuring out what you want to do as your channel grows, okay? Because she's 4 million subscribers now, which is fantastic for her. She's worked her ass off on YouTube, right? But you've got to grow with your fan base. And just because you're getting a lot of subs and a lot of views over one really, high dramatic story doesn't mean that that's the condition of your channel. Where's your channel when nothing's going on? Like when you just throw up some favorites video, how many views are you getting on that video? Or have you lost the real fans that would love to watch that? Does that make sense? So when I was watching this video, hold on a second. Papa needs a sip of coffee. So when I was watching this video, it was interesting, and I loved at the very end of it, this is the Q&A that she did with Jason, that she said that she had found someone a while ago, a therapist to work with, and first she mentioned couples counseling. Okay, you two have no business being on it. Okay, this is my honesty moment with you, Trisha, okay? This is you and I sitting across the table from each other. I love you. This is what I have to say. You two have no business being on a reality show, okay? If you really care about yourself, your mental health, and this relationship, you have no business being on a reality show. It's just gonna spotlight it more. It's just, wait until you have fixed some things in the relationship to show it to the world. And I think that's part of the problem. In the video, when the kids come into question, which I'm not gonna get into a whole lot of that, but it was interesting to me that Jason said, well, this isn't real, this is YouTube, right? But Trisha always says to us that this is real. This is everything she is. And she kind of agrees with him. So I'm like, well, is this real or is this YouTube? Is this the internet or is this real? Because for us, see, it's real. And Trisha, your fans have followed you for a long time because they believe this is real. So if now what you're saying is, no, it's just entertainment, it's just YouTube, which I understand. I understand hyping it up for the camera and stuff like that. But you can't go back and forth and say two things. It's very confusing to your fans. It's confusing to me at this point. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if this relationship, well, I believe the relationship is real. I don't know if all this hyped up stuff is real or fake. I don't know if you always had a plan to go out to Boston and or if you decided at the last minute. I don't know. I don't know what I believe at this point, but this is where the investment as a fan starts lessening, because as you watch this stuff, you just don't really care anymore. You're like, I can't keep up with it, you know? Just show me reality. I, in fact, would like a vlog outside of that stupid hotel room where you guys are on the beach, you know what I mean? Or walking around, or I don't know, if you can't have your family in it, I understand that. My family doesn't want to be in a lot of my videos. Then, you know, do something where you're walking around town. Walk and show fans coming up to you saying something. That would be cool to me. Show your relationship. Don't just talk about your relationship. So when I was sitting there watching it, you know, there's several things that came up. And one of the issues was kids. Kids kept on coming up over and over and over again. Trisha wanting a child and Jason not being sure. Well, this is a pretty common conversation that happens, especially in age gap relationships, okay? That the younger one typically wants a child, especially if it's a woman, and the older person, if it's a man, or in a, you know, same-sex relationship or whatever, it's a lot of times one person will want one, another one won't. That's a huge issue, okay? A huge issue in relationships that are starting or they're thinking about marriage and things like that. A lot of times so much that it's a deal breaker in a relationship. It's a very, very serious issue. The other huge issue that stood out to me is not the name calling, not the, you know, all this, do you believe that I'll be here forever? Because I thought that one of the things that Jason said was actually, like for me as a person that has trust issues, when my husband looked at me and, you know, said to me years and years ago, I'm not going anywhere, like that was so assuring to me, because I knew, like, no matter what happens, we're gonna work things out together. If Trisha could just hear that, Trisha, if you could just hear what Jason's saying with that, and let down your guard and be vulnerable with this man, this relationship would probably work a lot better. But the other issue to me, so, you know, all of that kind of stuff is not huge. I mean, we want to focus on the name calling. Yes, okay? People in relationships shouldn't call each other names, but the reality is, let's just be fucking honest with each other, okay? You've called your partner a name you probably shouldn't have called them in the past. We all have. That is reality, okay? It doesn't make it right, but it's reality. That to me is not the issue, because I think that those are things that can be worked out in counseling, or even just talking to each other nicer, or really thinking about the other person over time. I think those things can be talked about. Wanting to have children in a relationship, number one, is huge. The other thing that I think is a deal breaker is the friends. She mentioned several times in here that she wants nothing really to do with his friends, and that she thinks 50% of his friends are fake, and that she doesn't like them. Okay, that is really, really hard, especially when Jason's bread and butter comes from him and David Dobrik and this vlog squad and all that kind of stuff, right? And that these are the people that he chooses to spend his time with. Now Trisha's saying, I don't want to be around those people. How is this relationship ever supposed to possibly work? Like back in LA, okay? Not an isolated vacation like Boston, because I think we all know that we get along better when we're in, you know, places when we're on vacation. My husband and I, we always get along real well when we're on vacation. Come back to the real world of bills and all that kind of shit, and we can argue again. And so that's where we have to use the skills of our counseling. And I've talked about this on here before. My husband and I have been in counseling for a year and a half. It is like saved our marriage. We did a video just the other day on my Peterisms channel talking about how marriage counseling has saved our lives. And, you know, it's a lot of these kinds of discussions. And one of the things that we both firmly agreed on that video was that counseling that occurs before two people get married is really, really vital, and we wish we had done that for the issues like the kids, for the issues like the friends, because you're not gonna be able to be in a relationship with somebody where you hate their friends. You're just not. This issue of weight continues to come up time and time and time again, okay? I love Trisha. I love her for whoever she wants to be and whoever she is. But Trisha, you comment in almost every video with Jason something about your weight. I relate to that because I myself struggle with my weight. Many, many people out there struggle with their weight, and I think it's a big part of what they relate to. You know, people come to Trisha's videos and they say, well, you say you want to be on a diet, but the very next day you're doing a mukbang. I'm sorry to tell you, okay, but that is reality right there. I can say I'm starting a diet and at 3 o'clock today be like, I'm eating some Taco Bell, fuck it, okay? That's just the reality. That is the truth all day long. And if people don't want to accept that, then you need to go out there and get around some real people, okay? That tell you every day. I'm not talking about people that do CrossFit for 6 hours a day and are drinking, you know, I don't know, clean shakes and doing, you know, detoxing. I'm not talking about those people, okay? I wish I was one of those people because I would feel better about my body. But I will say something to you because I have started to do that with myself. Years ago, and I lost 50 pounds as a result of this statement, I asked a very, very close friend of mine in a drive around one night, I said to her, this is not my friend Tanya that I always talk about, I said, do you think I'm fat? And she paused and she said, do you really want me to answer that question? And I, at the time, was about 250 pounds. And I said, yeah, I wouldn't ask you if I didn't want you to answer that question. And she said, I think that you would be a lot happier with yourself if you lost weight. She said, you are very attractive. You would be so much more attractive if you lost weight. That wasn't a hurtful statement. That was honest. And I asked for it, and she was honest in return. As a result of that, I had to take a look at that one piece that she said to me, which was, you would be a lot happier with yourself if you were in shape. And that right there is the crux of the statement that I needed to hear. When we repeat things over and over and over again, okay, what we have to be self-aware of is this is an issue in our life. So when Trisha continues to bring up her weight over and over and over again, what she's saying is, it doesn't matter what Jason thinks. It doesn't matter what these people think. It's what I think. Well, Trisha, I want you to be happy. And for a long time now, okay, you have shared with the world that you are not happy about your weight. So if you want to do something about it, girl, I'll do it with you. We'll do it together, okay? And we can do this, and we can lose some weight, and we can start feeling better about ourselves. But listen, we can't continue to eat the way that we're going to eat, because I eat the same way as she does. Hell, I buy some of the same food she's doing, and I sit there and eat while she's doing a mukbang. So I get it, okay? Trisha, I want you to be happy. You and Jason need counseling, okay? Don't just talk about it in the video. You need counseling. You need to sit there and talk these things through. You need to stop taking your relationship to YouTube, and you definitely don't need to put it on a TV series. You need to show the world you care enough about this relationship because you live your world online. And if you show the world you care enough about this relationship by not putting everything out there, it will show you that you care enough about this relationship too. I do think you guys have a very, very real relationship that could last a long time, but you've got to do the work, and it cannot just happen in a hotel room talking back and forth with each other. I wish you both the best. You know, like, there's a lot of stuff there that if you worked on could make you have a very strong foundation for a long-term relationship. I wish you all the best, both the best. I'm tired of watching these videos, Trisha. I love you, but girl, it's enough. All right, I'll talk to you guys. See you later. Bye.